being a writer, do you write your own stuff and then deliver it? Yeah. And then what? Are you practicing in the mirror?
Yeah, practicing in the mirror, hairbrush, you know, waggling your finger at yourself when you get it wrong, swearing. Yeah, of course.
I know.
That's the way, isn't that how everybody practices? Don't you practice in the mirror?
I practice in front of the camera. My international people, welcome to the show. Oh my God, Louise, UWACU, your host. I am so happy. Finally, you get to see me. You don't have to hear me on radio anymore. You can see me now. I'm not gonna care about my makeup. So if I don't look good enough for you today, I wish I could give you my signs that I'm making right now. But since you're my audience, I can't insult you, but I'm not gonna look particularly beautiful just because we're on television, people. But I'm very happy to be here. U&I talk show recording from Vancouver. Thank you. We have another episode with a very, very interesting guest. Very funny.
Well,
Nick.
Don't big me up too much there, otherwise.
Don't big you up too much. Okay, so she is so not funny, and you're not gonna laugh. I mean, if you're coming into the show today to laugh, just switch to another channel. There are many.
Yeah, low expectations. then you always leave happy, right? Yeah, zero, yeah. That's
zero. So, Nick, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for your patience.
That's all right. I'm patient. I'm a mum of 3 kids. Patience, my middle name.
You have to be, eh?
Yeah.
And you have one little handsome boy. We have him on set here today. We can't show him off because too many girls will start calling your house.
And that would not be good.
No, he's not ready.
I'm not ready. Never mind him. I wouldn't be ready to sort those little ladies out. And they're fierce these days, so no, keep him hidden.
Definitely gonna hide him.
Oh yeah, I'll have the door barricaded. Yeah.
So Nick, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
So you're from England, real England.
I'm really
British, like
proper British person.
We're in British Columbia. Yes. You're in like from the real British.
I am, yeah. I'm from London.
Yeah. So how do you feel? Do you feel still British in British Columbia?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay.
Even more British now I'm in British Columbia. I didn't even have an English accent till I came here, and then I came here and I spent hours practicing getting this accent.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you sneak into Canada? Well, you probably didn't. I sneaked into Canada. Yeah. You being British, you don't have to sneak.
I married in. That's the best way to do it if you're British.
Yeah.
I lived in Australia for a few years and I met this really handsome Canadian boy who's like, come to my country, it's so nice.
That's how they got you.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so, but you know what? I'm sure that the natives would have loved all the British people to come to Canada like that.
Do you think?
Yeah, marry Canadian, come to Canada instead of coming with a gun, right?
Well, it is preferable. People generally like it if you come with your arms wide open instead of, a rifle pointing at them,
So you're like revolutionizing the whole way that British people go places or something? Like, what is this?
We're back in the trend. I know, it's
peaceful?
I know, it doesn't usually feature in the same sentence as British people.
Are you sure you're British?
Well, I'm half Irish, so yeah, so they're probably...
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at conflict with myself, right? Yeah.
So, people, in case people haven't guessed yet, you're a writer.
Yes.
And a comedian.
Yeah, allegedly. We'll go with an alleged comedian.
Allegedly. Yeah. She is allegedly a comedian. I've seen her on stage, people.
Yeah.
I got pictures.
Oh, you have pictures?
And videos.
Oh, don't show them.
You know what? I can blackmail you.
Oh, anybody?
I'm already black.
Oh, well, very good. Very good.
So, Nick, what are you working on right now?
Right now I'm working on quite a lot of things. I'm working on my comedy, which is super fun. And then I've got a couple of blogs on the go, which I'm launching in September. And then I'm also working on a couple of books. And I'm also a writer for magazines and newspapers, so I do that.
There was apparently, according to your son,
Yeah.
You see, I did my research.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
According
Ask the
to your
children.
son,
Yeah.
you had 1,000 words piece to write for a Canadian immigrant magazine.
Yeah.
Now, what's that about?
The piece itself was about taking your kids back to your homeland, so how that feels. So for the piece, I wrote about myself, and I wrote about a family going back to Taiwan, a family going back to Poland, and a family going back to Brazil, and how that feels. How does it feel to take your kids back to your culture, your heritage, and that feeling, right?
Wow, so you took your kids back to England?
Yeah, I've taken them back many times. I'd swim with them on my back if that was the only way, right?
Wow, and but what's the big change though? Because I mean, you're here, it's British Columbia, they speak English, you go back to England, it's England, it's British, they speak English, like is there really
Culturally, it's like night and day. Like you can't even compare North American culture and British culture. It's two different things. Like it's so different. So to get your kids just to go back and see the sense of humour and meet their family and just
British
hang
people
out.
do have a sense of humor.
If you don't have a sense of humour, they kick you out. Why do you think we went off building empires? It was all the people with no sense of humour that were off doing that stuff, right?
Oh!
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No!
Do your research. Ask my son.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay, so all the funny people stayed in England,
Yeah.
and then these unfunny people are what?
Well, if you start an empire and start telling other people to get out of their own land, you would probably have no funny.
No sense, yeah.
No.
Okay, now I understand it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense now.
Yeah, you know, like people who are not funny would definitely think about going into war and this stuff.
Exactly.
All right, Nick, thank you so much. So we'll take just a quick short break and then we'll come back.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
hopefully there will be more funny,
Yeah, hopefully.
less fighting.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, my international people, for being with us. I don't know if I should keep saying my international people, but it's the U&I talk show, though. It's UWACU and international. You're international.
Very, very.
I think it's appropriate because Vancouver is international. I mean, it's really rare to have local people.
I know. When you meet one, you're like, what? Take a picture. You're really from Vancouver?
Yeah. Like you're really from
I've got
Vancouver.
3 pictures so far. I've been hunting for real Vancouverites since I got here.
Yeah, it's like who lives in Vancouver? It's very, you know. So tell me, I want to understand how you got into comedy. Like, did someone tell you you're funny? Obviously, they kept telling you you're funny, or you know, you had way too many problems, and then you were like, you know what? I'm just gonna laugh about it now.
No, I'm a happy person. So problems are subjective, right? But no, I always, I've been a writer for 20 years, and I always wanted to write funny stuff, right? And then I always wanted to have a go at stand-up comedy, and then one time, a couple of years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it, and so I went and did it, and loved it, and that's it. There's not really.
So
It's just a dream that, you know, when you think, oh, I should try that, and an opportunity presented itself. And you should never miss an opportunity. You should always just take it, right?
So you went on stage. What was the first stage that you've been to?
That I saw of my own, or watching somebody else?
No. You perform, like the first time.
Somewhere in Vancouver here.
Really?
Yeah.
Vancouver, eh?
Yeah, it was fun. It was awesome. It's like a big junkie rush. You're like, yeah, I love this. I want to do this again. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, it was super fun. Yeah.
And you know, I met you at the comedy class.
Yeah.
So do you think that someone can teach people how to be funny, or that being funny is something that you can learn?
No. You have to, I mean, you can learn most things. You can learn how to write really funny stuff. Like, there's definitely a formula to how a joke works. And that was interesting because I didn't realise that. You know, there's a certain, some people just have a natural flair for it, right? But writing comedy and delivering it are two completely different things.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So do you being a writer, do you write your own stuff and then deliver it?
Yeah.
And then what? Are you practicing in the mirror?
Yeah, practicing in the mirror, hairbrush, you know, waggling your finger at yourself when you get it wrong, swearing. Yeah, of course.
I know.
That's the way, isn't that how everybody practices? Don't you practice in the mirror?
I practice in front of the camera.
Oh, no, not all of us have that luxury of a film crew, you know, following us around. Maybe I could try and ask for one for Christmas and then, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't speak to
Santa.
Santa Claus?
No, he's too busy visiting my children. I'm way down on the list now.
Oh yeah, he doesn't come to you
No,
anymore.
He just wants the cookies from me, right? The
Oh.
cookies and the milk, that's all I'm good for. Yeah.
Now, what kind of comedy material do you choose? How do you choose your comedy material? I mean, if you have kids, are you not sort of limited to the kind of comedy that you can do? Because, you know, I want the spicy.
No, definitely. It's even more important to do spicy. If you've got spicy comedy, you must have children, right? Because that's how they came about, right? But you know,
I didn't know about that.
No, well,
I don't
that's
have
the
any
talk.
kids, so
That's
obviously
the
I
talk.
don't know how they make them. How do they make them?
How do they make them?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should ask your mum and dad to give you the talk that they
No.
forgot, all right?
No.
But in terms of backtracking, I really like observational
I
humor.
was made by Immaculate Conception, so,
Well, we
you know,
all-
my parents, you know, they can't really tell me because, you know, my birth was kind of mysterious and special. So,
So
so I
you're-
need to know how regular
You're
people,
like
regular
the female
babies.
Jesus then. I didn't know that.
Well, I'm real. Jesus is not necessarily being real. I'm like the real version of the real, you know, if he would have been real and female.
Oh, this is getting deep. I think it's supposed to be comedy. Yeah.
All right, so let's take a short break and then we'll come back. On that note, that I self-proclaim myself to be the savior of Beyond the Planets. We'll be back.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you know. Welcome back, my international people. This has been great. I'm speaking with Nick. She is a comedian, a writer. She's so funny. I mean, I think you should have your own type of reality show. They should follow you and your 3 kids and the creation of material and then on stage. That's a lot,
How
you know?
mean is that to do that to your kids though? Didn't some lady already do that with 8 kids? And that's just
Obviously,
mean.
you're not thinking about how much money you would be making.
No, I never do think about.
Would you
That's why
never
I'm
think
still
about
poor.
selling your
Yeah.
kids for
No,
money,
no.
for TV?
I think the day of when you sold your kids for, you know, a couple of cows or whatever is long gone, right? You know?
I don't know what they're doing it for television. So you know, kids on TV. you know?
No, it's still popular, right? But
Yeah.
a reality show, I don't think I've ever watched any reality television.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the irony is it's so not real anyway that, you know, there's a script for what they're saying and
Yeah.
then suddenly they plug their, you know, coffee or whatever it is they're drinking. It's not.
Like
for me.
I prefer this kind of reality talk.
Yeah. 'cause
We're talking
our brain
reality
cells are
right
not
there.
popping as we're watching it. Hopefully your viewers' brain cells are not popping.
Yeah. It's not being bugged.
Yeah.
So apparently you're like working on some secret mission that we don't know about.
Don't tell anyone.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is just, I mean, I was talking to the Canadian Secret Services.
Okay.
Yeah. No?
It's true.
Oh my goodness. So, what's the Secret Services in England? MI6?
MI5, I don't know. I'm rubbish. Something with an M in it. Right.
She doesn't know. I'm trying to prove to you that she's not a real British person.
Yeah, wow. I said I'm half Irish, so, you know, you're asking the Irish half. That's who came along today, right? Yeah. answer for everything.
You know what's funny is that I understand you when you speak. How come when I go to London, I don't understand when they talk? They almost think I'm traveling on a fake passport. They're like, what kind of Canadian are you? You don't speak our English.
Is that how they talk to you like that?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I had to modify my accent when
so
I
that
came
I
here.
can. Okay.
So that anyone could understand me.
So you have like English for the Canadians?
Yes. And then when I go home, I talk like that.
Go. So what about the kids? What kind of?
They have hybrid accents, right? It's a cross between a Canadian accent and being raised by a British mother, right? So everyone always thinks they have British accents here, and then they go to England and everyone's like, oh, their accents are so cute. But, you know.
So do they speak French or another language?
Yeah, they do. Their dad's French-Canadian, so they have no choice.
They have that?
Yeah.
Do they speak any African languages?
Not yet, but maybe you can come over and teach them.
You know?
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm speaking English. I want your kids to speak Swahili.
Oh, teach me some now.
Habari.
Habari. What does that mean?
Habari is like, how are you?
Okay,
what's the news?
All right, that's good. I'm going to use that. That's nice and succinct as well. Habari.
Habari.
Better than
Muzuri.
What
that's the response to habari, and then you say muzuri.
Muzuri.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means good.
Good.
Like, what's up? How are you? And then I'm good.
Nice. That's good. I like
it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being on the show. You've been so patient. Thank you.
My Irish side says you can't come with your hands hanging when you visit someone. And this is just a little gift because you've been on the show, and thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Low expectations, right?
Oh. It's a bomb.
No.
Because we're from England.
We're not that bad. We don't do that anymore.
No.
Irish,
okay.
No.
Well, this is Irish.
Definitely not a bomb.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
And because he was doing a show and you might get stressed.
Goodness.
And the English answer to everything is
yes.
have a cup of tea. And
yeah.
Have a cup of tea.
Yeah, this is so beautiful.
So there you are. Good luck with your show. And loads of different tea, but I don't know what you like, so I did a whole selection of herbal teas.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You know what? I was just talking about how I don't even have a cup over here. So, you know, I think on top of my radio.
Yeah, and that's how you say in
fancy
England,
a brew.
Because in Canada, everyone always says to me, would you like a spot of tea? And I've never been asked in England if I want a spot of tea, because we actually have cups. So there you go.
You when you ask a British person,
fancy a brew.
Fancy a brew. Yeah. That means, do you want tea?
Yeah.
Really?
There you are.
Fancy a brew. Yeah. So what if you want something brewed, like a beer? Because brew.
No. Brew. You brew your tea. Yeah. We're more of tea people than beer people. We'll drink anything. If you say it's alcohol, yeah, sure, we'll drink it. The brewing part doesn't even really count. Thank you, darling.
Thank you so much. Oh, man, thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks,
I'll be putting in some milk, you know. This thing is for milk.
Perfect. Very cosmopolitan, see?
International.
Yeah,
that's how we do it.
Thank you, darling. Cheers.
Thank you for being with us. That's it.